Yo, what's up guys, and welcome to the first episode of 0 to a Million in 7 days, otherwise known as basically a FIFA 20 prep guide. So, as you guys may have been following the channel, we've done many a Road to Glory this year, making 0 to, I think it was like 3 million in 7 days, 0 to a million in 3 days. We've done some mad sort of Road to Glories. Now this is going to be teaching you guys how you guys can go from 0 to a million in 7 days on FIFA 20. Now you might be like, Dan, you're chatting rubbish. I've actually achieved this in the last 2 years. In fact, last year I did it in 3 days. Given that I did pack Bale, I guess, which obviously gave a massive boost. But the year before that, I also did it in 7 days. And, I'm relatively decent at getting the ball rolling very, very fast in FIFA. And what this is going to be is this is almost going to be an ultimate complete trading guide full of methods you guys can use to make a million in 7 days in FIFA 20. Again, it sounds very daunting. But if you're willing to put the time in and put the effort in, a little bit of research, follow what I'm recommending, it should be all good, and hopefully you'll join me in being able to make a lot of coins very fast. Now, what I'd like to say is that I have recorded this whole video before having the concept of this being like a 0 to a million in 7 days, and it was just like a generic FIFA 20 trading guide. So do enjoy the rest of the video, but as I say, you won't hear me reference 0 to a million in this video, or even the next video, because I've only kind of thought this concept, after recording 2 of the episodes. But yeah, nonetheless, enjoy the video. Yo, so guys, and welcome to a brand new video. Now, the elephant in the room. Yes, I've not uploaded for a month, and that is because I've moved into a new place with a bunch of YouTubers. So, it should be an interesting FIFA 20. But regarding FIFA 19, my good old friend, it is severely over. EA aren't dropping any content for it, which means all content is going to be going towards FIFA 20. Now, sadly, it doesn't look like I'll be going to a capture event this year. Sucks, but hey, it is what it is. But that just means we're going to do FIFA 20 pre-videos and prep videos. And what my plan of action is to do is a little thing called Project FIFA 20. Now, Project FIFA 20 is going to be where I'm going to be doing loads and loads of research the next 3 weeks, because that's basically when the web app comes out. On what happened at the beginning of FIFA, because of course it's your best interest to know, alright, when do I want to buy icons, when do I want to buy informs, what do I want to invest in, and so on and so on. So what I've done right here is I've started making a list of basically everything I'd like to cover before the game is actually out. Now you guys, of course, in the comment section can go and add anything you do not see in this list. But I feel like it's pretty full. So we'll go through what we're going to be covering. So I'm going to split it between stuff I'm going to research, so players, prices and so on, and the other thing is going to be trading methods. So that's obviously like silver method, flipping icons, bronze pack method, you name it, we're going to be doing it. And each one should be get a video covering it. Again, that means like 1 to 2 videos every single day if we're going to cover them. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be streaming about 1 to 2 hours a day doing the research for the video, and then all that research is going to be presented in hopefully a relatively aesthetically pleasing way. We'll sort out some graphics. I won't go too heavy on the graphics because I prefer to do more research than, make it look pretty and so on and so on. So that's going to be a plan of action. So by the way, I've also already spent like 2 or 3 days actually doing research for this. The link for this guide will be down below. What I do, if you guys don't know, is I normally do trading guides for my subs. But what I did last year, and I'm going to do this year, is guides all the way up until the first week of FIFA 20 are going to be free. And then from there on, it will be a sub perk. So this is what is already on the guide. So things I would like to cover. I'm basically going to be doing research into what happened with these players in the first 3 months. Icons. They're actually going to be split into new icons and previous icons. Team of the Week 1, of course, the infamous Team Week 1 being relatively rare because not that many people have, I guess a lot of people have a game, but they just get quite rare. Team Week 1 to 10, if you guys don't know, they did go and re-release Team Week the best of 1 to 10 on Black Friday, so I thought that'd be quite interesting. One of the watch cards, the João Felixes, the Jovics, the Hazards, I'm going to do a little bit of research, what happened to them from release till 1 or 2 weeks after they came out. Now, what you have to bear in mind is obviously some of them actually had really good performances early on, like João Cancelo. So, they're going to be a little bit inflated. But again, we'll look into that. Top price ranges, we're talking like your Gareth Bales, although apparently not this year because he's only 85 rated. We're talking like Pogba's, Kante's, your top tier players. You should be able to pick up what I'm putting down. We then go to also high cost League SBC players. These are, when I say League SBC, I actually mean advanced SBCs. So at the beginning of the game when Zabaletta's like 5k, you've got Mere, you've got a few players who are really expensive because they're commonly used for advanced SBCs. We're going to be covering that. We then got, what have we got? Top tier gold. So again, that kind of just fills in the Kante and so on. Meta golds, here we're talking your Gabriel Jesus, your Martials, your, I guess, 100k, so that's like your Renato Sanchez, sorry, your Davison Sanchez and so on. Then we have underway screen players, see what happened to them in the first few weeks of the game coming out. Then we have Prime and Primer icons, so your top tier icons, what happened to them at the beginning of the game. Spoiler alert, they, if you guys remember, they just kept rising and rising and rising. Then we move underway with SBC rating fodder. Here we're talking like 83s to probably 90s, anywhere from a Trigosaurus and a Herodeki, all the way up to a Tony Cruz and a Buffon, very high rated players to relatively low rated players. Then move down to non-informed versions of 2-1 and 1 to watch. This is a really, really interesting one. So this is talking about what if I was going to buy João Cancelo when he was in packs for the first week, but then he goes out packs for him 1 to watch, what happened to his card? And again, we'll do a little bit of research. POTM investments, for example, Lucas at the beginning of last FIFA. This FIFA, we're looking at a Lewandowski for the Bundesliga, a Carlos Vela if they do MLS, and then for the Premier League, it's a toss-up between Pukki and Sterling. So, yeah, should be quite interesting on POTM. Old transfers left in. I think you had players like Quincy Promes who played for Spartak for like the first week. So, looking at players who EA haven't taken out their old transfers. We then have got high-rated non-rare cards. Okay, so these are non-rare gold. So here we're talking about the likes of Farman, Mustafi, if you remember this year, sort of Shelny sort of players. Top tier silvers, expensive silvers. We were looking at Doherty, and even before there was a Premier League SBC, he was going for about 7-8k. So, you've also got the likes of Brazilian striker. I can't remember what he's called. The super expensive guy in the Chinese league. That's what we're talking. We then move underway with SBC players. I decided to not continue that one, so I'm not too sure what that means. Then consumables, that's position changes, squad fitness, you name it. UCL cards, earlier on in the game, they released those UCL cards, which kind of killed off a lot of informs, but they were cards. New icons, so for example, this year I think some of the new icons were like Gerrard and that lot. How did they react to the beginning of FIFA? Obviously, there's a lot more hype around the new icons. There'll be man-to-man hype around Zidane and so on and so on. So they're the sort of things we were looking for. And now brief. What we're going to be moving underway with next is trading methods. So these are methods that you guys can use to generate coins at the beginning of the year. So you've got my Everfull Silver method, which I used a lot in my small road to glories. Got trading with League SBC players, that's like trading with your Zabalettas, Meras, etc, etc. Flipping high cost players / icons, that's like flipping Kantes, Pogbas and so on. Position change, which is basically look for left and right mids and left and right forward, and strikers, default strikers and cam centre mid. Chem style, players with Hunter and Shadow. Trading with early transfer players, again, that's like rare players that are going to get transferred. The ever-beloved BPM, not a massive fan, but hey-ho. Price fixing on Footbin, slightly controversial, but extremely, extremely effective, and probably one of the best trade methods out there, even though it's controversial, but I believe in it not being bad. Oof. Then got sniping, renowned just sniping filters and so on and so on. We'll talk about a few of them that might work early game. Rewards investing, this is when players plummet because of rewards. Team-week link investing, that's, let's say, a Martial is going to get team of the week, so go and buy a Man United, I don't know, go and buy someone who's going to link with Martial, because if everyone gets red Martial, they want to link with someone. That's what I'm talking about. Stacking the club with discard players, very simple, players a minimum, buying them. One to watch flipping cycle, basically the cycle of a player going really expensive before a game, and then dropping when they don't have a good game. UCL flipping, that will just be again trading with expensive players. Chem style investing, again that's just trading with Chem styles. Marquee matchup pre-investing, that's looking at the up-and-coming marquee matchups. Pre-investing, lazy buy method, listing on players more than worth, and order of the SBCs. Now, happy days. Any trading methods you guys want to see, I'm more happy to, I'll do a little bit of research, because I don't want to go and throw some bogus, non-existent, I've been there when I've seen guys be like, oh, you buy this stadium for 200 coins, sell it for 5k, I'm not going to go and do some, mad, basically non-existent trading methods. There's a little brief, this isn't what the guide's going to look like, I just wanted to do bullet points for YouTube videos. I will extend these into paragraphs, but obviously when I'm streaming, the last thing people want to watch is an illiterate, dyslexic person, write up paragraphs from paragraphs. So there's a little bit of food for thought. Again, some things are fully written out, like the one to watch flipping, because that was from last year, and so on and so on. So one thing I would like to show you guys is the format of how I'm kind of like analysing, I guess, as such. Basically what we do is we pick up about 6, 7, 8 players from either a team of the week or a goal players, and then what we do is we throw all the graphs, and basically what they are is they're exact same things. We can see, okay, what happened with certain players, so this is an 83 Gabriel Jesus, compared to an 84 Walker, because again, they're literally lined up so we can see what happened at different times. So that's kind of how we're going to be analysing it. Again, any recommendations or what you guys would like me to cover regarding researcher players or trading methods, do feel free to drop them down below. And as I say, what you basically will get is you can check out the guide right now. Link will be top link in the description. But each of them will be made a little bit more aesthetically. I'll talk through my points and they'll be a little bit more constructed. But should be good. Did this last year. There was a good reception of it last year. This year, of course, I'm probably going to be spending probably about 2 weeks more doing it. And yeah, should be good. There you go. It's a little bit of an icon. It's basically the exact same thing, you know, seeing me matching up the graphs, just seeing what happened. And as I said earlier, there's the progressive part of icons. So I won't go and ruin the guide too much. Hope you guys are doing all well. As I haven't uploaded for about a month, but as I say, expect daily uploads as of this video going live. I might give you guys a setup tour actually, because I'm in a new place and you guys want to see my setup. And whilst it's relatively clean, I think it'd be a good time to do it. But thank you very much for watching. I shall see you guys in another pre-FIFA 20 trading video tomorrow.